So as far as the bread and butter functionality of the Zoom Rooms capability for having sharing both content from both you as the instructor or alternately from students from any of their or your devices, you can make that all go through the wireless controller here, in this case our iPad. And what you do to start that all off is you go into the presentation mode. We'll probably be going with the other option there of share laptop. And once you tap that, it's then going to generate a link that'll be on the iPad controller, as well as then putting that up on the main display there as well, so everybody can see that on the large display, not just on the iPad controller. And what you'll be able to do then, or the students to share any multimedia off their systems, is just go pull up any device with a web browser, go to share.zoom.us, and enter that meeting ID. So to do that through our Learner tabs, we could type that in the web browser, or on the desktop, or the home screen, I should say, we've created a shortcut to share.zoom.us called Zoom Share. And once we get there, then we can simply put in that meeting ID number, and then we can say share. It'll basically ask me, do I have the app installed? And I'll say, yep, I do. I just want to go ahead and join that meeting. And it'll put me into the Zoom app briefly. And then I'll ask, well, what name do you want to be known as? And I'll just say, yep, that's our... And that's going to give me, on this case, on the Android interface of what I want to share. And I'm just going to say I'm going to share my whole screen. So then everything I do on the screen now is going to be mirrored up on the big display here in the test kitchen. So even as I turn my little tablet around, it'll mirror the orientation there on the screen. But anything I do from this point, so in this case, I'll just go to Chrome. I'll tap that on here, and then that'll open up my Chrome browser, and I can go anywhere I want to go on there, and that'll mirror what's on there on the big screen. I can also annotate as well and do freehand drawing. This process works exactly the same for, say, a Surface Pro. And with a Surface Pro or other desktop or tablet with a little more horsepower, you can even do things like share YouTube videos as well. And it doesn't matter whether whether you're doing in-screen or full screen, the audio will be coming out of your display there rather than your device. If, however, you are dealing with someone with an iPhone or iPad or a Mac and you need to do that, no problem. Still, from the presentation area, you just would select it in the Share iPhone, iPad, Mac. And the slightly different process for them. And again, you could follow the directions that are put up on the display, but basically the process is once you have an item, a document, or an image, in this case on an iPhone, you just go to the share icon and tap on that, and per the directions, I tap AirPlay, and then I would see an option that in this case says Test Kitchen. So I would tap on that, and once I've connected into the test kitchen, then it's going to have a password, which it's telling me on the screen what password I need to enter. Then at this point, whatever I've got iPhone is going to be mirrored to the screen there. So as I flip through images, then that's going to change on the screen. So really, no matter what kind of device I'm using or your students are going to be bringing into the classroom, you've got the ability for them to collaborate and share, whether it's any group products or multimedia that they've found or individual research. You can share that all with the group very seamlessly and painlessly.